Today we are talking about resources in the Alaska jobs. So we'll get started there, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So Donna is not with us today, so I will try to remember to look at the chat throughout the time, but please feel free to stop me and ask questions. So I took away all of my widgets when I go into my dashboard so that you can see how to set them up on your dashboard. And if you remember correctly, when we went in to my widgets before, I had a bunch of stuff on here to kind of help me and assist me. So a lot of you guys go into this first workspace and it just says, welcome to my workspace, and it has your name. So that's kind of where we want to start. And so we are on my staff my staff dashboard. And if you look right here, it'll be blue right here. And then from there, we're going to configure some of our dashboard widgets. So I'm going to click on here, and then I'm going to set up my my dashboard so that when I go in here, it has some of the common things that I'm going to use, and then are going to assist me with helping individuals, or that it's going to make my job a little bit faster. Some of the things that you can put on there is your active caseload. Anybody that you assign to your caseload, and let's talk about caseload really quick. So right now, caseload really doesn't do anything for us except for we put it on our caseload and we can be on this active caseload and we can find our people more easily. Or later on, we're working on alerts. And so, for example, when we have a 16 or 17-year-old come in, our program coordinators have to okay those individuals. So they will get an alert that says, hey, go in and okay this individual. That won't happen unless you are it's part of your active caseload, unless you're one of the case managers on the case. We're also working on some other alerts for you, like hey, this person's about to go inactive, or hey, this person's about to close. So those are some of the alerts that nobody has asked for before. I've asked for, so they're working on them for us. So I'm going to put that one on my desktop. Completed decisions, that's not ours, so don't worry about that one, nor is the employer's, so go ahead and skip that one. Labor market services, you can either choose to or not choose to look at. Labor market, remember, is in your area, the jobs that are in your area, so it's up to you whether you want to go ahead and have that labor market analysis on there. I don't know if it'll work with us or not, but it definitely is part of, I had them apply the labor market to us, so you should be able to see that. Latest news and announcements. Anything that goes out as an announcement will appear here, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. I like to see a calendar, so I'm going to click on a calendar. We don't have the option of writing letters in the system, so don't worry about my correspondence, but we do have messages, and I've sent to everybody out the information on how to write a message, and we'll go over that pretty quickly, so that if you need to change a birthday or a social security number in the system, this is a secure way to write me or Donna a message to say, hey, you know, Amy Faculum's birthday is not January 1st, it's January 2nd. We need to change that in the system so that we can take a look at it and we can change it. Need help or more information. That's another one that it does not concern you guys, because you guys get more help or more information directly from me and Donna. We don't deal with power of attorney, so that one's not one that we would put on our widget on our dashboard. Report indicators, these are scheduled reports are the ones that we have scheduled. The ones that we talked about in the report training, we can schedule them and we can look at those scheduled reports that are coming up. Saved lists, don't remember what that one is, so I'm going to click that one. Staff productivity kind of tells you how many hours or how many minutes you have been in the system and how long you're in there. Surveys or any surveys that come up that are related to you. And again, that one's not related to us, or any work items are not related to us. So these are the ones that are really related to adult education. And I suggest that you definitely have some of these, like your mail, your active caseloads, your save list. That's what save list is. So your save list is the ones, the individuals that you're working with or that you have worked with lately. So save list is one that's pretty important. And then from there, you're going to move down and you're just going to hit save. So you're going to go down. You can put them in columns 1, 2, and 3. This is a new feature. So your staff announcements, do you want them in the widget column 1? Do you want them in the widget column 2? Do you want them in 3? Let's put that one in 3. And you can shift them up and down wherever you would like them. You can play with that. But I'm just going to save it as is. And then when I do, it's going to put all those widgets onto my dashboard. So every time I sign in, it has my widgets right there for me so that I can see my calendar, I can see my save list. And what's really kind of cool about this is this save list, maybe I want to move this because this is the one that I use most often, and I'm going to put this right over here. I can move these around. I can move my calendar over here to this second column. Oop, I didn't do that right, did I? Why are you not grasping? There it goes. I can move it over into the second column. Maybe my active caseloads, maybe I want that over here into the third column. You can move this and play with this however it is best for you and your save list. Now, this save list, this individuals that you've assisted lately, you can click on any of these ones. And throughout the training, I've used this list a lot. You can click on these individuals and it'll go straight to their cases so that you don't have to keep looking them up. Now, on this list in particular, it only saves about 5 people, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's only the last 5 people that you have assisted, but it's right there and it's a quick, easy access list for you to see. And then the other one that when we just talked about your messages, your message center, there's 2 ways to get into your messages. One is over here on the left-hand side, and we've kind of gone over that in the directions I sent out recently. You can go down, you can look at your messages down here and go all the way down, look for messages in the communication center and go that way. Or you can go right here and you can enter in to the message center this way. So it's right there on your dashboard. So that's another way of having something very quick and easy. The same thing with your reports. If you want to click on your reports, remember when we did the report training that we scheduled some reports, or we may not have scheduled them, but we looked at some of them. Sorry, I have a puppy who's decided to play right next to me. So I can look and see that I have these reports saved to my reports, and it's a way that will take me right to my report section. Of course, so I've saved this soon to exit. I can then update the filters or just run it right from my home page. Now to get back to that home page, I would just go right here to my workspace, hit my dashboard, and it'll take me right back to those widgets where I can go into the next one, or you can go back to your individuals and go on to the next person that you need to help. Now, remember when I put people on my active caseload, that is right here. And if you put an individual, if you become their case manager, and you can have multiple people as their case manager. So if I see Chris and Paul are both in the meeting, they both work together. If you want to put both Chris and Paul want to be their case manager, they can both be their case manager. They can go in here and they can click on their active caseload, say that number is 5, 10, 20, whatever it is, click on that number and it will give them a list of who is actively on their caseload. And then from there, they can say, oh, I'm going to help James right now. And then they can go into James and help assist James. So again, it's another way of just quick and easy adding attendance or adding the classes or adding the tests for individuals that you put as on your cases. You can have the teachers as case managers, you can have the program coordinator as case manager, you can have the data entry person as the case manager, you can have a tutor out in the village as the case manager who's just doing attendance. You can have 4, you can have 5 people as the case managers. It does not matter. It does not make, for adult education, we can have multiple case managers. Okay, so that is my staff dashboard and kind of how that works and getting the widgets on there. Does anybody have any questions there? I'm going to go back to the dashboard. Any questions on any of the dashboards and how the dashboards work?
What does the calendar do?
Oh, okay. The calendars have events or appointments, and you can create appointments. And I'm going to go into today. You can create an appointment with somebody. So let's say I have on today, it's Friday. I'm going to create an appointment at, well, it's like 2:30 now. I'm going to add an appointment. I can go in here and I can add an appointment with any of my students, and it's going to send them a reminder through the system. So intake, AAE, I did that backwards. You're going to write a description of what it is in the body of message, whatever that message is going to be. Is it, what kind of appointment is it? Is it on the phone? Is it in the office? Is it a custom location? Like, is it at the job center? Where is it at? This one's going to be on the phone. Sorry, it went down. I don't know where it went down. Okay. What time? Is it an all-day appointment? I hope not. What time is the start time? We said it was today. So we're going to put today. Let's say 2:30 to 3:30. Do you want to set a reminder for yourself? Never, day before, 2 days before, 4 days before. What does the reminder look like? Is it going to be for staff? Is it going to be for attendees? I'm going to set it for a staff. I'm going to select a staff. Okay, my McAfee came up. I apologize. And I'm going to look for, let's look for Donna. And I'm going to search. And well, Donna's not in there. Well, that's unusual. Let's change staff criteria. Did I look in the wrong place? Collins. Oh, because I'm in the training site. Okay, I'm like, where's Donna at? Okay, that makes more sense now why Donna's not located in here. So you can search for the staff. Let's look at my search list. Okay, so there's none.
So we had all of that in there.
Yes, you do have that in there.
Will it email them, or is it through their My Alaska or
so it depends on how they have it set up. So there, when you go to put your your profile in there, there is a question in there that says, how do you want to be contacted? Is it internal mail or is it external mail? Do you remember that question, anybody? If they put internal mail, it's going to stay internal. If they said external email, it'll go external. If it's text message, it'll text message it. Well, I don't think the text message is hooked up yet, but I know the email is, because I get emails from the system. So it will email them.
Donna, I don't know about anybody else, but my screen is white.
Oh, yes, my screen is white too. I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
There you are.
I think that's a great feature. If we can get it into the calendars, and then it just emails our students reminders about our meetings or Zoom meetings or phone calls. That's a great feature.
There we go. Not a white screen now. Okay, so
Linda?
you can do that. Did somebody say something?
Yeah, I was going to ask a question.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead, Renee.
Oh, were you done with?
No, go ahead.
You were going to tell us how to put more people on our individuals assisted list.
Yes.
We got...
Yeah, I will get there.
Okay.
So you can do that, and you can definitely keep a calendar and keep people. You can email them their appointment time. And I'm sorry, I went in and then it decided that I couldn't find Donna. And I apologize for that. So that was because I'm in the training site still. And that makes a lot more sense now that I remember that I'm in the training site. So by adding appointments, you can tell them what it's for, when it is. You can send reminders. You can put attendees by individuals who are in the system, staff that are in the system. You can do it by employers, but I mean, you guys don't work with employers. And then down here, there you go. It's internal messaging, or you can send it to their email if they have email. It says text message if it's available. Remember, text message is not set up yet, so just be aware of that. Hopefully soon. There's also the preferred notification method that's in the system that they have chosen, but you can do it by their email as well. You're going to save that, and when you save it, it's going to save to your calendar, and it's going to save to their calendar on their side.
And it looks like we can download it onto our Outlook calendar. Is that correct?
I do believe so.
So can we put ourselves alerts on, GED testing, or, needs to retake the TAPE 12 or whatever it is? In here? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you can send it to the student. Yeah, definitely.
Well, in the corrections here, our students wouldn't have access to any of that.
Oh, yeah, Mary, I apologize. I did not recognize your voice, and then I looked up and saw the green. Okay. No, but if you wanted to put it in here, and then you wanted to put it on your Outlook too, you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you. Okay.
I have a general question.
Okay. Hi, Linda.
Hey, how did you get to that, the very first checklist? I must not have been getting to that point. So I can't seem to find that very first checklist where you had active caseload, completed decisions. So you pressed dashboard. And
okay.
What did you press after that?
I've already got stuff on mine. So at the bottom, if you don't have anything on yours, you will have nothing, but it's this configure dashboard widgets.
Okay.
And that will take you to the next page. Okay. Any other questions on here before I move on? There's also events. I don't know if we have the option of doing events. I think the PCs might have options of doing events. It might be just the job centers. However, if you wanted to, I believe I put in there orientation classes, because if you wanted to put out that you were doing an orientation class, it would put events out there, and it would, I want to say, Okay, I'm not super familiar with the events, but I think it puts on everybody's calendar in that area the orientation classes. And I think the PCs have the right to do that. I think. So this one I'm a little iffy on. Have questions on that one?
Hey, Wendy, this is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
And, hey, so just for clarity, so when we put something onto the calendar, does that automatically send something to the student as a reminder, or is that something just that pops up on my calendar that says, oh, remember to send an email to the student?
No, so if you do it as an appointment, it's going to automatically send to the student, and you can choose 1 day before, 2 days before, 3 days before, 4 days before. If you do an event, or the program coordinators do an event, that's going to go to everybody in the region. And that could be like an orientation class, or it's going to put it just on their calendar. It won't send to everybody. It'll put it on their calendar. See, like I have an event coming up, and remember, this is a training site, so it's not an actual event. And I probably created it when I was in the training, but it is an orientation that I put for. So I displayed it to everybody who has it. It's going to stay on their calendar. It's an orientation in the, I can move it from Juneau to Sitka to Ketchikan in the Southeast area. It's like a class, orientation class. When do you have your orientation classes? We can do that kind of thing. So it's available to anybody who signs in, and it's on their calendar, I think. I want to say that, I think.
Okay.
From my understanding. But if you put somebody in an appointment, it will remind them through email, and it will also put it on their calendar.
And eventually through text once that's set up.
Eventually, yeah, when we get Sarah signed up and ready to go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. We're going to move on to the next tab, and that's My Staff Resources. My Staff Resources, if there's no other questions, I apologize. I moved quickly on to the next one. My Staff Resources allows you to look at the resources that are available to you. So in here, there's a couple of them that you could quickly kind of go to and then go to from there, like My Reports. You could go to My Reports. It's easier to put your widgets on and just kind of go through your widgets, since these ones are a little bit more cumbersome. Like you have access to messages, and so it's the options on how do you set them up. So this is kind of just, there's not a lot in here that we have access to, but like My Appointments or upcoming events or your messages. So let's just go, we all have access to messages, so let's just go in there. This is kind of how you view it, or the options you have to view your messages. So if you want to look at some of these and the preferences for the way you like it, this is the message center. I guess it just takes you to the message center. Okay, so it's just a way to go to the message center. I thought it was a way to look at things a little bit differently. I could be wrong. Okay, so it's just another way to take you to those areas. So I'm going to go over here. I could go back to my dashboard, or I can go to my staff account. That's that third tab over. And this is the one that you guys have asked me about over and over again. This is how to set up your staff account. And so this one, Renee just asked me about it. So this is where you're going to find it. So remember, this is the third tab over, or in my staff workplace, it's the third tab down. In here, you can change your password No, sorry, you can't change your password. That's from My Alaska. You can change your security question. You can change how your name is viewed. You can change the address to your program, the phone number, alternative phone numbers, text messages, anything like that, your primary phone or your primary email address. I don't think you can change your LOIA or your default office, but don't, because we have you guys in specific offices. But then down here is your preferences. So display your alerts, yes or no. That's the alerts coming across on your desktop, I do believe. Any smart alerts that come off. Assist individuals on the landing page. Where do you want your landing page to be when you assist an individual? This one's pretty important because where do we go when we all go to help an individual? Where do we go? Anybody?
Programs.
We go to, who said that?
Renee.
Renee, you get a gold star today. We go to programs. So you can change this to programs. Does anybody see it? I found it before. Program tab.
Self-assessment.
Case management program tab right there. Is that where it's at? Yep. Case management program tab. Now, every time that we assist an individual, it will land on that case management program tab. Don't worry about the employer. Number of activities to display per page. You can click that activity to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, how many activities that you want to display. But here's the main one, the one that you guys have asked me about over and over again. Display the number of most recently assisted individuals and employers. It is defaulted to 5. I think I have mine at 25. You guys can, make it 50. You can make it 100, but it's going to expand that list when you go to assist an individual, but make it more than just that 5 cap. It's going to take it more. So make it to wherever you find is comfortable for you, but that's one that you guys have asked me over and over again. Most recently assisted individuals or employers, do you want to display them? Yes or no? I think I have yes on mine, or I have no, but on my one that I work with, I have yes, and I'll show you why. Let's see. These 3 right here, these displayed case notes, do you want them unsuppressed? Oh, I can't say that word. Case notes only, or do you want them all case notes? Do you want to see all the case notes you've written? You can change that. How do you want it sorted? None? Do you want it most recent to the oldest? Do you want it oldest to the most recent? Do you want it by creation date? Do you want it, how do you want to display your case notes? This is going to be your preference. It really is how you think. I'm going to have it my preference. You guys can have it your preference. When searching for an individual, do you want one record to display or multiple? How do you want that to display? And then here's that landing page. I knew I seen it somewhere. The summary. It is right here, program tab, case management, program tab, that's where it is. And then the details, I always click the program tab too, because I want us to take us to the program tab because that's where we live. Everything we do is in programs. So if you click those program tabs, anything that we do, it's just going to take you to the programs. It's not going to take you somewhere else and then somewhere else and then somewhere else. You're going to go straight to the programs. And then from there, you can save, update your account. And then return, it's been updated. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And then when I am assisting an individual, so I'm going to go to assist an individual. And I don't think I've assisted more than 25, but you can see I now have a list going and it's way longer than 5. Heidi.
Yeah, can you just tell me where again to get to that? I missed
Yep,
the step
absolutely.
on the navigation thing.
So
Find
I'm
it.
in the beginning. This is right when you log in. You can either have it widgets or not. It is the 3rd tab over. It's my staff account.
Oh, up there.
So you can either go here or you can go here to my staff account on the side. So you can go either place and change it from there. Okay, I'm going to go to my staff account one more time and I'm going to show you what I've changed so that you can see the big things that I've changed. The top part is your information. You can change those how you want. Starting with preferences. Display the number of most recently assisted individuals. That's the one you can expand from 5 to whatever that number needs to be. Okay. This is a program tab. I don't know what this does. We're going to leave that. I changed this landing page to case management program tabs. Over here on the side, under display case notes for individuals, I changed it to all case notes so that you can see all your case notes, not just the ones you oh man, that word today. All your case notes. How do you want them viewed? How do you want to see them? You can change that one. That one's one that is common. And then down here at the bottom, your summary and your detailed landing page, there's a program tab and a program tab there. And then update your account. And it should take you back out to that main menu. Directory of services, don't worry about that. That has really nothing to do with us. I'll click on it so you can see there's not really much to it. It's the manage individuals, all that other stuff, but all of our stuff lies on that manage an individual programs. So this is really for accessing the other parts of WIOA, so you really don't need to go to this tab. So really my dashboard and my staff account, those are your 2 ones that you're going to want to change and make your preferences known and make your dashboard one that's going to be easier for you. Okay, any questions before I move on to the other resources?
I have another question.
Yeah, Renee.
Is there some way to put on our dashboard a way for us to get to the manage adult education? Is there like?
I wish. There's not. I wish there was. And that I wish there was a widget, but there's not a widget specifically for our manage adult ed. There's not even a widget specifically for like manage WIOA. I've asked. Any other questions? Okay. So now that we've got our dashboard set up, there's other staff resources that you should be aware of. in this other staff services, the third tab down, under staff online resources, there are 2 sections that you should be aware of. If you click on that tab, the webinar training recordings is where you will find the original AAE recordings and trainings. I am not the expert on the system. Believe me, how many times have I said, I don't know, I will have to look it up or I will have to figure it out, because they are the experts. And remember back in July, okay, my browser doesn't like that one, but back in July, they went over you guys can't even see it. They went over our trainings, and if you click on that link, it will take you to all of the trainings that they've done in the system so far, including that 4th week of July, that July 13th through 17th, where they went over the system overview, the common case management tools, which we were told were going to be more about us, but aren't, and then adult education. So really the common, the system overview, kind of the overview of all the system, and then adult education. And then we've kind of gone into more one-on-ones of what everything is. But at least you have those recordings if you ever need them, or if you ever want to, or people need to look for them. So weird. Can you guys see? You guys can see, I can see the screen here. I can't see it here. Okay. There we go. But I'm in a totally different place than you guys are on my screen. Okay, I found it. It popped up weird. So that's where you'll find the recordings. Then right here are how-to guides. So some of you guys have asked me, like, how do you do step-by-step X, Y, or Z? Our stuff lives in the staff. So these user guides for staff right here, if you click on this link, this will take you to a big long list of sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 is us. So if you go to section 12 of adult education, apparently it takes you out of there. So I'm going to stop sharing that. And I'm going to start sharing what it takes you to. It shares, or it takes you to this PDF. And in this PDF, it goes chapter by chapter. Now you have to remember with this that it is for all systems, like any of the adult education, their basic systems. And we've enhanced some of our systems, but if you needed to go through and you needed to find out how to, I'm just going to go down and find a section. Go step by step on how to do completing an adult ed form. This is your step-by-step guide. So this can walk you through. First you do 1, then you do 2. So this is your participation. Completing the participation. Like, what do you do first? Including the AE1. What do you do second? What do you do third? So remember, ours is a bit different because we've changed it, but adding a new activity, here's your general tab, and then it walks you through those sections. So that is in the system. It's available for you. You guys can always look that up, and you guys can pull that information together. Okay, we are like right at 3 o'clock. Any questions on anything that I showed you?
Thank you.
Robert. You're welcome. Did I go too quickly today? I apologize if I did. Okay. Okay,
Can
good.
I call you, Wendy, in a little bit because I'm getting edits that I'm not authorized to be a case manager?
Yes, you can. And yeah, Mary, it might be because you're DOC and there was an issue with DOC. So that
Okay.
might be the reason.
I have that as well, though. So I don't know if there's no group available to the region of the application.
I need a screenshot. Somebody send me a
I
screenshot.
took a screenshot of both. Do you want me to send email
Heidi,
straight to
yes,
you, or
thank
do I
you.
have to like
Heidi.
fill out the form, or can I just like send you
No,
what I took?
just send me that and I will
I'll do it
send it
right
right
now.
over to them and be like, hey, why can't I put my people as case managers? What's going on? So,
I got the
Alright.
same edit from mine, Wendy.
okay.
You're getting it right now then.
Okay. I will get that figured out and take care of it. So bear with us on the permissions. I'm going to stop recording.